Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's Zed here with MilBoss and Latex, and today we're doing our eSport report. We've got MilBoss here to talk about some of the ANZ scenes here and what's been going on with the whole scene there, and we've got Luke to talk on what's going on with the team of Integral.
Yeah, so starting things off, if you guys didn't know, we just finished off the final tournament, I guess, for Ghosts, which was the Astro Circuit. And so with the final season of that, we've got Curse and Plantronics MF obviously in the lead. There was no doubts about that. But then we've also got Dynasty, Sway AU, Collateral Esports, Outburst, XGN Australia, and Naga coming in the top 8. So it's been a pretty varied season in that regards because we've seen a lot of teams go up and down the ladder. And so, yeah, it's exciting to see what comes with Advanced Warfare.
Yeah, and I definitely have to say that Curse is pretty well annihilating pretty well every team at the moment.
Absolutely, but one thing you have to keep in mind is there have been some teams, namely Integral AU, that have been getting close to beating the likes of Curse and MF, so their reign may not last that long anymore. But one thing you have to say though, Curse definitely is that top team. There's no one beating them for a long time. They've got 1,020 points compared to second place MF with 540, so they've definitely shown their dominance.
Yeah, and we had Latex's team here, Myth. They put up a round against them, and they definitely put up a fight against Mind Freak here. So, Latex, what are your thoughts on how you played against them?
We played against Curse.
Oh, you played against Curse. I thought you put them
in the midweek in round 3, and we had to beat them to place in the top 8, but we didn't. So we got 2-0'd by them. We lost the domination really badly, and we lost the search 6-1. So we lost pretty badly, but we played. I didn't play personally, but I thought we played pretty well against them and played well. And we played well during the midweek, so it was a good midweek. So overall, we placed 9th in the season. We missed out placing top 8 by 20 points, and we were pretty disappointed. We were really salty for about. I'm still salty about it, but we placed higher than the team that came 8th in the midweek, which was what we wanted to do, and we realised that we had to beat Curse to actually place higher than them, but that didn't happen. Talking about the big ODC that was on Sunday, it was our worst placement for the season. We placed 12th. We beat XGM Black 3-2. That was our first, that was our first match of the day. No, we got a forfeit win in round 1, and we played them and we won 3-2. And that was a fun series. It was a good game. Well done to them. And then we played Sway, and they're a really good team, and we lost 3-1 to them. So we went down to the losers bracket, and we played. I forgot who we played, but we lost 2-0, and it was pretty bad from our perspective because we really wanted to place well, and we really needed to place well because we missed the midweek previously, and that had left us behind a little bit. But overall, considering we haven't had a solid 4th for the entire season, we're pretty happy with placing 9th. And going into AW, we actually want to place at least top 8, top 5 at our first LAN. So, yeah, we're looking forward to it, and we're going to place higher and higher every time. So, yeah.
Yeah, well, you guys definitely played really well in the series, and you've been playing pretty consistently and all of that, so that's great. Me and James are quickly going to skim over some international leaderboards here in terms of the top 8 in Europe, and things aren't really too different. Epsilon and TCM are still pretty high up there. It hasn't been a tournament since Gfinity, and I believe Epsilon won that one. And then we have North America, and Envious and Rise are still pretty well dominating that. So any thoughts on that, James?
Yeah, not really. I mean, a lot of what's happening overseas and even here is they're just sort of closing out the game. There's not that much interesting new tournaments that are going to be happening for the next couple of months. So I guess we just have to look forward to what's to come in AW. But in terms of at least America, a lot of teams are trying new things as a way to sort of get ready for the next game and team building exercises. If you aren't following Optic Gaming, they're currently in California. The full team is in California. They're doing this whole team building exercise at Red Bull HQ over there. So a lot of teams are trying things new to be able to improve themselves as a team for the upcoming game, which could prove very beneficial, I think.
Yeah, and I definitely say that's what.
For Nashville.
Yeah, that's what I'd say most of the teams are doing at the moment. They're not really too concerned about their outcome for Ghosts. They're more just prepping, finding players for their AW team on who they think is going to be the best for that. Obviously, that's difficult, but they'll be looking for pickups in that and just see what they can do to better their team for that game.
And when is Nashville, by the way?
8 days, I believe.
8 days. That's going to be a very interesting tournament in terms of hype, I think, because a lot of people just don't really care anymore, as you said. Like the placings and everything, it just isn't a big deal for a lot of people anymore. So to then have a tournament right at the end of the game seems a little bit illogical, but also as if like you don't think there's going to be much hype coming into that.
Who do you think is going to win Nashville?
I'd have to say Envious, like no doubt. Like they've been just dominating teams, and I believe the last tournament they played, which I think might have been
Gfinity.
Gfinity. They dropped one. Was it? I think it might have been Gfinity.
Denial won Dallas.
It was Gfinity. Envious won.
Gfinity.
They came first in Gfinity, and they dropped one map. That's right, they dropped one map, and it was to Epsilon. So, like, I can't really. And they're playing really good in Season 3 on the COD League, but like, yeah, like you said,
Dallas, they didn't do good.
Yeah, they
came second. Didn't they?
I feel like now it comes down to the day. Like, all the teams know the maps and everything.
Adrian didn't go to Dallas.
Oh, that's right, yeah. I don't even know. It doesn't
Yeah,
really
EG.
matter because,
Like you said, it's just down to the hype, and at this point in the game, it's just who plays well on the day, because all the teams are pretty well on an even playing field. Like, you look at the ladder, and like teams are moving around like crazy because it just depends on the day.
Exactly, and personally for me, I would love to see some of the lesser accomplished teams, or not lesser accomplished, but more so the teams that haven't won as much, to sort of get in the top rankings for Nashville, because I think it will be a good event in terms of seeing who still actually is putting in effort and who still is actually trying, but also it'll be interesting to see who can step up on the day, as you said, because you've got teams like Optic and Envious who have a vast history and who have won a couple of recent tournaments and who are going into this one looking strong on LAN, but then you've also got teams like Rise who are doing amazingly online, so if they can bring it over to LAN, then they've got a chance as well. So I think that's going to wrap up this first edition of our eSports report. I know it wasn't too long or too in-depth, but obviously being the end of the game, there's not much you can really talk about, so looking into the future, we are going to be bringing up the quality and hopefully live streaming this later on, but once again, that is in the future. But I'd like to thank Latex and Zed for being on here with me. My name, of course, has been MilBoss, and we will see you guys later. Thank you from the team at Integral. And what you're going to be experiencing over the next few weeks. Alright, so the first thing that I want to say really quickly is a massive shout out to Plantronics. If you don't know who they are, then you're seriously dumb. They make these.